न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Dhyayamo Dhavala Vikunthanavatim Tejomayam Nashtikim Nigdhapanga Vilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasvita Srimukim Valsalyamrita Varshinim Samuduram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangi Matasikta Suktim Amritanandamayi Om Amriteshwari Namaha Om Gurubhyo Namaha Om Gam Ganapati Namaha Mahasaraswati Namaha Om. My infinite prostrations at the lotus feet of my Sadguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother, and my humble pranams to all Amma's beloved children listening to this talk. This is a continuation of the series of talks we give on every Sunday. The topic we have already mentioned, it is in simple words, how to live a happy life, how to live a happy life of a human. So how to live a happy life? That means the happy life is when you enter the grihastha ashrama, the householder's life. So we get a good foundation if you had entered the grihastha ashrama or householder's life through the brahmachari ashrama, or the first part of the life was in the ashram. That's called brahmachari. Brahmachari ashrama, if you enter the grihastha ashrama, then we know we have the correct knowledge of how to relate ourselves with the world around us and how to behave in situations and circumstances. That's what we have learned. Now we can see the one example I will give you. We have all heard about Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha was the son of Bhima, and Ghatotkacha also had a son by the name of Barbarik. I am sure some of you have heard this name, Barbarik. Barbarik's mother was Maurvi. So she was a very intelligent woman. So she trained her son in the best manner. She gave him all the knowledge she had. She was an Asura. She had all the knowledge of the Shastras also and Maya also. The black magic also, everything, whatever she gave Barbarik, and he became a very great warrior. But still she knew that he lacked spiritual knowledge. So Maurvi, Barbarik's mother, she advised Barbarik, you go to Bhagavan Shri Krishna and you request Bhagavan Krishna to accept you as his disciple. Therefore Barbarik went to Sri Krishna. Is the cousin of Bhima. Bhima is the grandfather of Barbarik. Barbarik's father was Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha's father was Bhima. And Bhima and Sri Krishna, they were cousins. So when Barbarik went to Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and requested him to take him as a disciple, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, I will ask you a few questions. And if you answer them correctly, then I will accept you as my disciple. Barbarik agreed, and the first question was, who is greater, God or Guru? And immediately Barbarik answered, of course, Guru is greater. Bhagavan Sri Krishna asked why, and Barbarik replied, only through the grace of the Guru can one come to God. It is the Guru and Guru alone who can take us to God, who can give us a vision of God, and therefore Guru is greater than God. Because Guru is God himself in human form. That is the answer. Then the second was a very interesting question. Bhagavan Krishna asked, what is that once it leaves you, it never comes back to you? And what is that once it comes to you, it never leaves you? What is that once it leaves you, it never comes back to you. And what is that? Once it comes to you, it never leaves you. Barbaric thought for a moment and then he answered, it is youth, yauvanam. Once the youth leaves us, once we are the 30, 40, 50, our youth has left us, it will never come back again. So youth leaves us and never comes back. And what is that? Once it comes to us, it never leaves us, and that is old age. If when old age comes to us, it will never leave us. Therefore, youth goes away, it never come back. Old age comes to us and it will never leave us. So this is the answer. So all of us want to remain young. This is what we have to see. Most of us always want to become young, always be young. That is not possible. Nature will slowly, even if you're a black belt, you can see somebody pushing you forward. You cannot stop that power. Slowly we become old. So the question is how to become young. There is a very beautiful shloka, Dakshinamurti Stotram. It says, Chitram Batataror Mole Vriddha Shishya Gurur Vivaha Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishya Tuchanna Samshyaha. The meaning is Chitram Vatatarur Mole. The picture, the scene is a banyan tree or a people tree. A banyan tree, Chitram Vatatarur Mole, under the banyan tree or under the people tree, Vriddha Shishya Guru Yuvaha. The disciples are old, elderly, very elderly people, and Guru Yuvaha, the Guru is young. Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyatu Chinna Samshaha. The Guru teaches the disciples in the language of silence. When the mind becomes totally silent, we become aware of our nature. That is the meaning. So, why do you say, when we say the Vriddha Shishya means old, the disciples are old only means that they are all very matured. Age indicates maturity. An old man without any maturity is very unfortunate. The more the elder we grow, the more mature we become. From our not only from our book knowledge, but from our experience also, we become more and more mature. So they are matured enough to grasp the knowledge of the Atma. And Guru Yuva, Guru is always young, that means Guru is changeless. Once I know that I am Atma, I become changeless. Body and mind constantly changes, but the Atma, the Chaitanyam within me is always changeless. That is how, if you want to become permanently young, that is the only way you can see. Amma's body also, externally, it appears to be changing, aging. There are some devotees who told Amma, Amma has little white hair here, grey hair. They said, Amma, please always be young. Please don't grow the grey hair. That is very interesting to hear that. Guru Yuvaha means the Guru is always young, means the Guru, his nature is Atma, and Atma never grows old or young. It is always changeless. Chaitanyam, it is always changeless. So that is how, if you get the knowledge of Atma, then you become changeless, and we have an ideal spiritual master like Amma who can give us that knowledge. So let us not waste the old golden opportunity of trying to gain that Atma Jnanam from Amma. One more incident I will say, and then I will conclude. 1 or 2 centuries back, there was a very famous author, Russian author by the name of Lev Tolstoy. There's a Leo, or Leo, it pronounces Lev Tolstoy. Tolstoy was a very good story writer. He wrote a very beautiful symbolic story. It's a symbolic story. It happened that a farmer, early morning, when the farmer went to his field, he saw a grain which was as big as an egg and about a golden color. A grain which was of the size of an egg and golden color. So he had never seen such a grain. So he took the grain to the king and he told the king, "Oh king, I found this in my in my field, somebody must have grown it long time back. It is remaining, one grain is remaining here. This is it. The king was surprised. He summoned all the farmers in the country, the elderly farmers. But the eldest farmer, very elderly person, he looked at the grain and he said, no, in my time when I was young, this was not here. But he was a very elderly farmer. This is the point. Let's listen carefully. The eldest farmer, very old man, he looked at the grain and said, no, during my young age, this was not available. But let me ask my father. The king was surprised. So then the old farmer, he brought his father. Surprisingly, the father looked much younger than the son. So the father took the grain and he said, no, in my time also, during my times also, we have not grown such a grain, but let me call my father. So he called his father also. So the oldest farmer's father's father came. The oldest farmer's father was looking much younger than the old farmer, and the father brought his father. The grandfather looked much younger than the son also. So this was very surprising. The son looked very old, a very old farmer, but his father looked much younger, and the father looked much younger. The grandfather, when he saw the grain, he said, yes, during my time we had this grain which was of this size, and that is because we during that time there was no competition. We kept only enough land. If you have a small family, we keep a small what I need, that piece of land I keep, and I grow enough grains. And after the harvest, I keep only grains which I need, and then I distribute the rest. This is what every one of us do. We never keep too much land. We need only the piece of land which we need, and we grow the grains. We take grains which we need for 1 year, and whatever is excess we distribute. That way we were extremely selfless, no competition. We lived very happily, and we know that way the nature blessed them. When they were selfless, extremely selfless, and they had the habit of sharing, and they never used to exploit nature. At the time, nature really blessed them. So this is a symbolic story. It does not mean that the old man's father was young, and the youth only means that we can see even now we can see our grandfathers, they are very healthy, because 100 years back their lifestyle was totally different, and therefore they are very healthy. Whereas we youngsters, our lifestyle is totally different. No physical exercise, the whole we are sitting, spondylitis, the backache and everything. Therefore, the living in tune with the nature, that is how we become young. By the grace of the Guru, we get Atma-jnanam, that is the real youth, a changeless youth. And by living in tune with the nature also, nature blesses us with good health and a strong physical body. That's called the real youth. So let us learn our lessons from our mother nature and our Amma. She is herself the goddess who has come, the goddess who is nature and who is the universal mother also. Om Amritageetananda, Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhuno Bhavantu, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं